Hey there, honey bunnies. Welcome to episode 44 of the Sovereign Storytellers podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Wolf. And today's episode is all about trees and forest Reiki, and we'll probably do a little quick meditation, just a little meditation to clear our energy. Because I know a lot of us feel like we are absorbing a lot of things that don't belong to us. And if you have a lot of open centers or white centers in your human design chart, you may be feeling extra sloshy or sloggy with all the stuff. So I actually don't really have a title for today yet. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out when I'm uploading it. So this morning on Facebook, I've posted some stuff. I've been meditating for an hour twice a day, sometimes more than that. And I've been making myself stay away from my phone longer periods of time. Because when I don't, I a whole day can go by and I don't remember what happened. I didn't talk to myself. I didn't receive any information. I didn't connect to my soul. When I don't connect to my soul, things don't go as well. I've been letting go of a lot of stuff, especially related to money and career and being self-employed. A lot of things are just gone. The striving is gone. The struggle is gone. The numbers haven't actually changed a little bit, but when you're self-employed, the money can change today, and it might not change again for a couple of weeks or a month. And that used to be a real emotional roller coaster for me. But anyway, I'll do a podcast on that later. If I forget, somebody remind me that I need to do one on the whole money thing. So let's talk about being empathic, and trees, and all the things. So if you want to find out more about Forest Reiki, I left a video when I first brought this out to the public, and I was kind of in a panic because I knew I had to do it, and I knew if I didn't do that video, I did that video about 10 minutes after making the decision, like, I have to. This isn't about me anymore. This is a greater need, and I just need to get over myself and do it. So I was sweating and shaking, and it's not the best video, not the best quality video I've ever done, but and that's better now, but it still is a struggle. So myself and Heather Westmoreland and Heather Russell, my two fully trained and teaching, actively using Forest Reiki as a business, and one of them's teaching already and one's preparing to start teaching. The three of us are writing the book on Forest Reiki because it was really just a little too much for me to do on my own. And then revisiting all the stuff has had me outside more and reconnecting. Also, I've been using Forest Reiki on my cat Tonka twice a day because he's got some physical struggles going on. So if you want to send him some good vibes, that would be welcome. But today on Facebook, I was thinking about the Amazon, and sorry for the cat yodeling in the background. He would like to be in here, and I'm not letting him. It's a different one, Juniper Hoot. Always got something to say, that one. So today on Facebook, I wrote, I'm just going to read it to you. Trees are connected worldwide. Their experience is shared as one, and we too are connected as one by the smallest of particles. The difference between them and us is we have a mind busy telling stories that overlay our sense of each other and our awareness of the whole. Our inner storyteller is constantly creating a frightening sense of separation from each other and all that is. Until we awaken, we believe it, and we act from a space of defensiveness and fear of annihilation. Trees are peace, period. Some of them are on fire, peace. Disruption and pain all around the globe, peace. Separated children and parents crying, peace. Humans deeply at war, within and without, above and below, peace. They pump fluid, produce oxygen, sway in the weather, are cut by axe and animal claws, and all the while radiate the peace that comes from a storyless existence. They don't offer us oxygen as a gift. It's just part of what they do, and we get to benefit. They don't offer us shade, but we can go to them and benefit. They don't offer us food. They're just living out their life cycle, and we benefit. They've brought attention to other ways we can benefit through partnering with them in healing processes. They point out all the ways, to those who will listen, that humanity can benefit even more, and they do so without agenda, without force, without any judgment whatsoever when we refuse, when we turn a deaf ear to their communications. There's also no story when we do accept their communications and we start to experience them differently. It's not good when we don't. When we do talk to them, it's not bad when we don't. They just offer. Pure offering. And everything is simply energy in motion, nothing more, nothing less. They offer in the same way a forest. They offer to us in the same way a forest sends extra nutritional support to those of its kind who need it, simply and in such a way it can be freely received or refused. They stand solid and demonstrate truth. They remind us in every moment we can only do as much as we're capable of doing on any given day. They model the wisdom of rhythmic cycles of growth and rest and reproduction, relaxation. They are living reminders that when we take action from the space of grounded, connected, lovingly unattached peace, we are the most powerful creatures and forces for good on this planet. That's a little piece from the Force Reiki book. I'm very slowly writing the introduction in the first couple of chapters. Heather Russell is writing on using this method as a healing modality, what it's like, what it looks like, what it does, what she's finding in her experiences of working with other people. Heather Westmoreland is writing a chapter on communion with trees, the deep melding of consciousness, of two consciousnesses. Two kinds of consciousness. It's a hard one. And we still are going through the things of, this is our last, the last areas of really being in the closet. We can't straddle the fence of, well, we're woo-woo and we're also practical and we're super intelligent. And we are all of that. It's just been a struggle. It's pretty hard to put your ass out there and say, hey, you know what? When I go sit near the forest, I'm hearing things. They're showing me things. They're asking. Asking's not the right word. They're just sending out a constant signal of shelter in us. Remember the whole. Remember community. Remember at the roots you're connected. And remembering that shelters us from the storm. It's not over yet. Many, many people have predicted throughout time that, and recently in the last few years, we're in for a rough patch. We're not done. We're going through global level upheaval. We have a strange similarity in so many countries of weird leaders, like leaders who just seem hell-bent on destroying everything they touch, like naughty children that are overtired and just smashing things and running through the house and tearing stuff off the shelves for no discernible reason whatsoever other than that they can. Like daring the world to stop them. It is bizarre and destructive and terrifying. And the trees are saying yes to all of that and shelter in us. And there's many different ways you can do that. I believe that our evidence, the evidence that we can point to now that yes, being in the forest is a pretty darn good thing to do. I believe we started gathering that and documenting that for now. Because now we can say, I'm not in the forest because I'm a weirdo or a tree hugger or a granola. I'm out here because I have high blood pressure and the doctor said I need to get outside more. And the forest, that's good. It's nearby. Now we can point to books and say, hey, it's legitimate. I can be out here and feel better in the forest and maybe receive a random thought that I think is mine but actually came from the oak tree I just walked past. We gave ourselves things to hang on to get us out in the woods. Because when we get out in the woods, we fortify ourselves for the continued turbulence. It's not over, and we have to prepare for the long haul. We have to take really good care of ourselves. You can't serve the people you're in positions to serve. You can't leverage your privilege. You can't use white privilege, especially on behalf of those who really need it, if you're exhausted or stuck in your victimhood or, so sensitive to the pain of being called out as a race. We just can't. And the trees are saying, come here and fill your bucket. Come here and let us soothe your nervous system. Let us calm you, restore you. Not because we have something and we're giving it to you, but because this is who trees are. This is what trees do. They be trees. They keep us alive, literally. Without them, we have no oxygen. Without plants and bees, we have no life. And the people who are trying to, for real, burn it all to the ground, the Amazon forest fires were started on purpose. Utterly mind-boggling. The tropical Trump, I've heard him called. Trump of the tropics. We've got one in England. We've got one. It's going to take some standing steady, and we have to take care of ourselves in the process. And so, Forest Reiki came out of my desire to put something on the planet that would help people stop killing themselves, that would help slow down the ravages of addictions. But I have no control over if that actually works or not. I just know that it worked for me. And I had been using it in secret for a long time. And people would say, your healing sessions are different. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It wasn't until last year that I was like, well, they're different because I'm, connected up to the trees when I'm working on you. It's not just my head or ancient, traditional Usui Reiki. No criticism, nothing wrong with Usui Reiki. It's just that Forest Reiki is the Reiki for our times. It's what we need today. Now we need in our body. We've got to come home to our body. And the trees show us how to do that. And they support us in the process just by nature of who they are. So, if you're interested in getting the attunement for yourself, because it will amplify your own healing ability through the roof. Like, it's really insane. A small number, relatively, less than 30, I think, or right about 30 people have gotten, I guess it's more closer to 40 actually now, because some people didn't go past level 1, which is you work on you and the people around you benefit. You don't work directly on others. But, people who've been trained in both come out of the attunement and they're like, whoa, that's different. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I know. It's different. It's so different. So you can, again, thatmichellewolf.com/Forest Reiki. Watch my crazy video. And I do have recordings available because lots of people needed to be able to do it on their own time frame. And in the beginning, I was really reluctant to let go and let people watch the video on their own and do the attunement themselves. So I still carry on a Facebook group so that you're not just attuning yourself and getting all the insights and experiencing the energies and you have nobody to talk to about it. So we have a pretty active, ongoing Facebook group available if you need to do the recordings. Anyway, let's do a little meditation for ourselves. Let's just wing something off here. We can wing it. Please stop here if you are driving. And also, please, for God's sake, don't live stream in the car. What is wrong with you people? I see someone live streaming in the car and they're like, I'm not looking at the camera. You can't help but look at the camera. There's one exception to that. I have watched Corey Michelle live stream in the car. She does a very good job of not looking at the camera. Also, Evie Toddy does. Evie, I don't know if you listen to my podcast, but you also do a very good job. But most people are like, I'm not looking at the camera, and they're totally staring at the camera. Guys, please, don't live stream and drive. There is really nothing that you're going to say that's that important that can't wait for you to pull over in a parking lot. If it's that fucking important, pull over in a parking lot and deliver your profound words of wisdom, bestow them upon us unwashed peasants, and thereby not kill yourself or others. Okay, tiny rant over. If you're driving, stop here, please. You may return at 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Take a big, deep breath if you're in a place where you can do that. Let's see what wants to come forward. It's nighttime here. Imagine that it is. The sun has set. And your feet crave contact with the earth. And imagine that you can connect to the earth regardless of where you are. Like little doors on the bottoms of your feet just swing open, welcoming that solid earth, grounded, comfortably heavy energy, and just starts to flow up through your feet. Your body just drinks that up like a sponge. And imagine that energy carries with it the memory of your last best trip to the woods. The last time you noticed a tree, maybe you put your hand on the trunk and took a deep breath. Maybe you put your back up against it and just looked around and had a moment of quiet. Maybe you sat at the base of a tree or actually went hiking into the forest and spent some time in that beautiful energy. Take yourself back there now. Feel your body remember and react as if you are there now, because your body does not know the difference. You can connect to the forest right here, right now, or to your favorite tree. Maybe you had a favorite tree when you were a child, and you can remember possibly even talking to it, being with it, climbing in it, connecting to it on levels that you weren't even conscious of. And this earth energy is filling your body completely, all the way up through your hips, your abdomen, your chest, your heart, drinking it up. Safety, peacefulness, stillness, timelessness. All is well, 100%. Feel this energy filling you up so much it flows down your arms, splashing onto the ground as it leaves your fingertips, flowing up through your neck. Natural deep breath. Relaxing your shoulders, dropping them down. Relaxing your neck, filling your head, easing the tension of your thoughts. So gently fountaining out the very top of your head, splashing all around you, refreshing you, soothing your ragged nerve endings, reminding you of the stillness, the oneness, the peace and the connection when you slow down enough to feel your source, the source of your physical body. You are nature. You are carbon and blood and bone, oxygen, salt. You are made of this world. Remembering to come home to the body, to connect to the earth, so that you can remember your wholeness. And feel your heart relax and expand. And imagine that this fountain of energy is entering the earth again and coming back up through your feet, through your root chakra, surrounding you 6 feet in every direction, expanding your energy out, feeling every cell of your body absorbing the memory of life itself. Feel all the nerves in your body, relaxing your muscles, relaxing your mind, who so desperately needs the break of meditation. Your mind that just churns and churns and tries so hard to make sense of the things that don't make sense, to try to know what is unknowable, to try to find certainty on choppy waters. Let your mind rest, return to your body, and let go of trying to find logic in the illogical. Release your grip. Stop fighting reality and allow whatever emotions you have to flow into this fountain. If you're sad or scared or anxious, if you're confused and you just don't know what to do, Let go of trying to find something to do. Release it all into this fountain, this moving energy stream that is splashing out all around you, forming a torus shape, the donut shape that you are the center of, this renewable energy that you can call on any time you feel the overwhelm, any time you hear the cries of the collective. Activate this energy and release it all, and add your piece to the tapestry that is all of us. Add your piece to the mix by acknowledging your true feelings, not fighting them, letting them flow, telling the truth about them, and then finding your peace, because you are that powerful that you can choose peace. You are so powerful that you can choose stillness in the eye of the hurricane. You can be that energy in the collective that is breathing deep, that is rooted to the ground, that is holding steady and radiating that into the world, so that everyone who is calling out for mercy receives it. Adding your strength, adding your compassion, adding your ability to understand that emotions are just energy, and resisting them is a recipe for disaster. It's futile. It's wasteful. Acknowledge what you feel and then choose what you will contribute. Let yourself have this moment of full acceptance for the reality, good and bad, terrifying and deeply safe, frightening in the temporary nature of it all, of our lives themselves, and strong and grounded and rooted peacefulness in the understanding that life goes on and on and on. Put a hand on your heart and feel the power, the radiant electromagnetic field power in your heart. Turn the dial to peace right now. With every heartbeat, with every deep breath, beating out the drum of peace, the pulse of relaxation, the pulse of calm, solid truth, offering the stillness to the entire world. Because that's how powerful you truly are. You are an empath. You are not weak. You are an empath who has choice and control over how much you carry and how much you release. And awakening the awareness of what you can do on any given day, when you can process the pain of the world, and when you have to take a break, go to the woods and restore. And taking a big, deep breath and expressing appreciation in this moment for all the beauty around you, for all the beauty that you are, for all the love available to you in this moment, right here. Give it to yourself. so that you can give it to others, so that you become a radiant beacon of beauty, strength, stillness. And taking another big deep breath. And feeling how expanded your energy is right now. Maybe you just know you feel different. Or maybe you saw a lot of things in this meditation. It's different for everyone. And bringing your attention back to where you are located right now on the planet in time and space. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel the air coming in and out of your body. Open your eyes and see with crystal clarity everything around you. Just the simple, mundane objects. Your planner, your cell phone, a cat or a dog or a child, or a concrete city, or your desk, or if you're hiding in the bathroom, where sometimes we have to go to hide and take a moment and remember. Bring your attention fully back, rested and restored, rejuvenated, hopeful. And remember that you did this. I just gave you some words to follow. You're the one that shifted your energy. You're the one who just added a bit of beauty, a few minutes